everyone, I just recorded a 20-minute video, or recorded, and I didn't. I went to go like play it to see how it was, and I realized I didn't press record, so hopefully I did this time. I'm actually gonna double check because now I'm paranoid. Okay, we've got the red dot all as well. So I remember my last video that I did in January was like, oh, I've got all these goals, I'm gonna do so well, and then of course, you know how life just knows when you've got plans and it just says, ha, fuck you, bitch. Well, I did one of those things. So I've got 3 months worth of comics to show you. And if you can't see Remy's right here, she's got to be included as always. So yeah, I have 3 months worth of comics to show you. I'm going to try and go through them really quickly and just show you what I have read and enjoyed. Kind of cool thing about life taking a dump on you is that I picked all of these up recently, so I had like 90 comics to read in one sitting, so you know, gotta find the positive in everything, so that's my positive. So here goes absolutely nothing. Hi Remy, can you go be a butt somewhere else? Thank you. She's so cute. Okay, so I will start with Rocket Raccoon issues 2, 3, and 4, and I'm gonna go by publisher. This continues to be a really fun one. Rocket Raccoon's got stranded on Earth. He's got headhunters after him. He blows up the Statue of Liberty, gets stuck in an alien prison, and tries to escape. So, fun stuff. I've got Moon Knight issues 10, 11, and 12. This continues to be, I think, in my top 10 of comics. The artwork is unique. It's not like something where I look at it, I'm like, oh, that's so pretty or so beautiful. But then it does things like this, and I'm just like, oh, so amazing. So I really like this artist, Smallwood. So yes, happy with that. Then I've got Star-Lord issues 2, 3, 4, and 5. And he's stuck on Earth as well, and he's gotten himself into some trouble. Gets stuck with some community service, and trouble ensues. Daredevil does make an appearance, so fun. Champions issues number 3. I am not going to continue picking this up single issue, but I would definitely recommend it for a younger audience. It's definitely very hip and cool and things like that. I may pick it up in trade, however, but you know, it's a good one. Not a favorite though. Favorites though, I do have the Unworthy Thor 3, 4, and 5. A little bit of a spoiler, so skip on 20 seconds if you don't want to hear it. War Thor. So they, this happens right here. Pause it if you want to read it. So Thor doesn't pick up the hammer, due to choice, not unworthiness, and apparently there's a new Thor in town, and they don't tell you who it is. I think he'll be introduced in the Mighty Thor, or one of the other series, so I'm definitely have to start reading that. Thanks Marvel for sucking me in. Another current favorite is Thanos issues 3, 4, and 5. Absolutely loving this. Thanos is one of my favorites ever since I read Thanos Rising. Again, another spoiler. His son, Thane, you know, just says, hey, let me go get the Phoenix Force. So I can't wait for the next issues. Good shit. Another one of my favorites. I've had a good reading month. I've got Gamora 2, 3, and 4. This is some of the most beautiful, solid artwork ever. And I love the coloring, I love the art. And the colors are gorgeous. The covers have these like color schemes throughout. So she's trying to kill off the last heir of the Badoon species. I think it's, yeah, Badoon, royal bloodline. So she's on this planet trying to kill off the last bastard princess, and things are going well, as you can imagine. And then I have USA Avengers I picked up the California cover. Iron Man isn't my favorite, but I am from California, so I did have to show some solidarity. Again, this is another comic that would be great for a younger generation or a newer reader. I'm not going to continue to pick up single issues, probably the trade though. We do need to talk, however, about the Red Hulk and Tom Selleck, because this is fabulous. My life's been changed by this. I hope your life has changed too. It's amazing. I'm in love, so, you know, whatever. And then I've got Full Killer issues 3, 4, and 5. I hope I'm holding these up in shot and like you can see all of them. This is one that I was kind of on the edge about dropping or keeping. Definitely going to keep it now. It's got an older style of art, but I'm really enjoying the story and the character of Full Killer. He's very, I don't know, conflicted, I suppose. I don't know if that's the right word. But issue number 5 has one of my favorite covers of all time of any comic. And he's basically given a beat down to all these villains, and he's saying, I'm a psychiatrist, I'm here to help. And he's got a stick that says therapy stick on it. Can you get much better than that? And honestly, all the comics are really good. All the covers are really good for this comic. It's got him saying, what? Me? Meta? And then him holding issues of, you know, the infinite issue thing. And then Deadpool does make an appearance, so this cover shows him holding Deadpool's rotting brain. So, great things. Really liking this one. One that I'm not liking so much and probably am going to drop is Venom, and I've got issues 3, 4, and 5. I don't know if it's just that I don't like Venom or I don't like his host or something. I've never read anything by Venom before. The storyline's just not striking me, so I may try something of Venom, a different series, but for now I'm just going to drop this one and we'll see where it goes. And then I've got Spider-Man Deadpool issues number 12, 13, 14, and 15. This continues to be one of my favorite series ever. It definitely has its flaws, but I love Spider-Man and Deadpool together. They just make the funniest team up ever. So I'm really enjoying them. I have not read number 15, and I did pick up the variant cover. I did like it better than the original. This is Till Death Do Us Part 2. Part 1 I think was Deadpool issue number 20, which I don't have. I don't subscribe to that one, so... Oh, it's Deadpool number 28 is part 1, so I have to grab that before I read this one. So yes, and then, kind of the last few things from Marvel I have are Inhumans vs. X-Men number 2, 3, 4, 5, and I got the variant cover for number 6. And that concludes the Inhumans vs. X-Men. I think maybe I gave it a B+. It was good. I don't know. I don't know what I thought. I'll have to reread it in a little bit. But it definitely did pique my interest in the Inhumans. This is the first that I've ever read or seen anything about them. So, because of that, I picked up the Uncanny Inhumans number 15, and I really, really liked it. I might pick up the trades for the previous 14 issues, we'll see. But I'm enjoying it, and I'm really interested in Black Bolt. He seems like such a complicated character, so I think they are coming out with a Black Bolt number 1 in the next few months, so I'm definitely going to pick that up. And then I got Inhumans Prime number 1. This is the Venom variant cover. I'm looking forward to this one too. You get to see Queen Medusa and Black Bolt step down from the royalty, and then ISO takes over as she's kind of running the place, but they're going to set up a democracy and all that stuff. But yeah, it's good. I'll continue to pick it up. I'm definitely going to try and find something about the origins of the Inhumans, because they seem to have a really interesting story. At first I didn't like them in Inhumans vs. X-Men. They kind of seemed like a weird setup, but Medusa and Black Bolt are very interesting, so I'm looking forward to finding some issues about them. And then nextly I have DC. So I've got the Wildstorm issue number 1. Can't stand the artwork, but I think I'm going to pick it up because the story seems interesting. I'm sure there's like years and years of backstory, so I'm not really sure what's going on right now, but it's definitely very interesting. And then nextly I've got Raven number 4. Continues to be a really solid comic. I really like Raven because of the inner conflict that she's got going on. She's not just like, Captain America, I'm good. And, you know, not that they're all like super like one-faced. I'm not saying that he doesn't definitely struggle or whatever, you know, the other characters do, but I like that hers is kind of always present and that she has to really fight to be who she is. And then I've got Teen Titans number 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the first story arc was wrapped up, and in the next story arc, they introduce you to Aqualad. So definitely another fun one. I think this would be another good series for a young reader or someone just getting into comics. And then lastly from DC, I've got New Superman issue number 6, 7, 8, and 9. So the first story was wrapped up, I think, in issue 6, and in the next story arc, Lex Luthor teams up with New Superman, and at the end of issue number 9, I think Superman makes a visit. So really, really enjoying this one. It's definitely fun. I really like Colin Keenan as Superman. He's funny, he's arrogant, he's prideful. You know, he's definitely a real character, so I like him. And the next set of comics I have are from independent publishers, indie, I don't know, what's the proper term? Somebody educate me. So I've got Jim Henson's The Storyteller, issues 2, 3, and 4 of Giants. There's 2, 3, and 4. And each issue is done by a different artist and their own stories, so you can just pick up one issue and not the others. So number 2, 3, and all the artwork is gorgeous, but I was especially stunned by Fei Ron, who does issue number 4. Her artwork is done in all red and black. I don't know if it's blue. The color's a little hard to differentiate, but look at this. Absolutely stunning. I loved it. I'm definitely going to go pick up the Jim Henson Storyteller for Witches and Dragons that are out already. Definitely loved it. Those would be good for young children as well. And then also from Jim Henson, I have The Power of the Dark Crystal, issue number 1. This would be good for younger children as well. I, as a child, was forced to play outside, so I have never seen The Dark Crystal. Sad to say, I know. So, definitely need to go watch it, but I really like this series. I'm going to continue picking it up. The cover, when I first saw it, I was like, is that monstrous? Because it's so similar. Nextly, I have Lady Killer number 4. That's a little naughty. Definitely love it. I still need to pick up volume 1 and read it, so my like TBR list for comics is just, I don't want to talk about it, it's depressing. And then I've got American Gods number 1, and this is based off the story by Neil Gaiman. I can't stand the art, but I'm going to continue picking it up because Neil Gaiman is such a great storyteller. Weird as fuck, I'm just going to say. To be expected, again, as it is Neil Gaiman. I'm definitely going to pick up the book now, though, that I've read it, and there is also a TV show coming out if you're interested in that. Nextly, I've got Sky Doll, number 4, but issue number 1, and I had never heard of this. This is by Titan Comics. I think I read something. It might be a sub-house of Marvel. I don't know if it's the correct term. The artwork is gorgeous. However, as it is number 4, I'm like super confused kind of what's going on. So I'm going to pick up volume number 1. Oh, speaking of which, I saw an ad, I think in the DC Comics for DCBSservice.com. I don't know. I think it's part of InStock Trades. Have any of you ever used it? I've used InStock Trades, so I'm assuming if it's partnered with them or part of their like retail, I'm sure it's great, but if you've used it, let me know what your opinion is. It a good place to order from. I love InStock Trades because everything comes in like perfect condition. I don't have to worry about any of my books being fucked up. But yeah, if you've ever used it, let me know. And then I've got Divinity issues 2, 3, and 4, which concludes the series. And I think they're gonna continue the storyline in Eternity, I think. If you've never read this, it's basically about the Soviet Union taking over and taking over the world via mass psychology and stuff, and you've got these superheroes that have to fight back, and it's really interesting because it's not obviously we don't have superheroes, but it's kind of politically relevant, I guess is the best way to say it. You know, kind of what ifs or what could happen. So definitely interesting. And then lastly, I've got Grass Kings issue number 1. I was kind of flip-flopping back and forth where to pick it up because the first couple pages, you know, they don't strike me as interesting. You know, it's a small town. The artwork, however, is stunning. And then the end hits, and you're just like, WTF. And it starts off with like a mystery, and it's kind of fantasy realism. I don't know if that's the right word. But it's very good, and I would definitely recommend picking it up. And then lastly, I have Image Comics. God, don't lose my voice, and this video is going on and on. So I've got the Magdalena number 1. I've never read anything about this character. Apparently she's been around since, you know, 10, 15, 20 years. I'm trying to find out. But she's been around for a while. I might pick it up in trade. It didn't really strike me as something that I wanted to keep reading. So yeah. Oh, and Image Comics, it's their 25th anniversary. I think this next month, April, I saw most of their issues are going to be 25 cents for the ones that they publish, not their like previous ones. But so if you're interested in any of their comics during that month, they're going to be rather cheap, so I would recommend stopping by and picking some up during April. And then I've got Saga issue number 42. If you cry easily, you're gonna cry. It's very sad, so yeah. I'm finding that black pages are an artistic method that are very effective, and it's sad and depressing. I've got Reborn issues 4 and 5. Continues to be a really great comic, and I'm enjoying it. I really like Mark Millar, especially in Reborn and Empress. And then I picked up a new comic called The Few, and this is by Sean Lewis and Hayden Sherman. I've got issues 1 and 2. The artwork is very monochromatic. There's like a total of like 4 colors in here: red, white, black, this green gray thing. The artwork is kind of hard to decipher because at times I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I think there's only going to be 6 issues in this series, but it's basically about the United States. It's basically having another civil war. There's the palace, which is like I guess the winning side. And so this Agent Hale is basically going to go undercover and try and weed out the revolutionary side. Very interesting. I'm liking it. I'm going to continue picking it up. And then I've got December number 18, 19, and 20, which wraps up this story arc, and the next one will be called Rise of the Robotics. One of my top 10 series. I love it. Always am going to, so I would definitely highly recommend this if you're into sci-fi, AI, robots, things of that nature. Rat Queens Volume 2, number 1. Obviously the artwork's changed. If you're curious about it, just Google Rat Queens fiasco. I wouldn't use that word, but time's a charm. So again, I've finished up and I realized my camera shuts off after 20 minutes. So I'm going on too long. B, I just suck at life. So let me quickly wrap this up and show you the last comics I had to show you. So next was The Belfry by Gabrielle Hardman. This is a one-shot about a group, an airplane that goes down on an island and vampires. Very monochromatic and very dark. So it was okay. It's kind of like one of the, you know, one-shot makes you think sort of comics. Nextly I've got Low, issue number 16. And that came back, I think, after like 2 months, and it's a flashback. Introduces you to a new character. Possibly my favorite comic, I think. Absolutely love it, and I would definitely recommend it. And next I have Green Valley, issues number 4, 5, and 6. Medieval knights, time travel, thief, dragons, and just badassery. Definitely recommend it. It's a lot of fun. So enjoying it. It didn't go where I thought it was going at all, and it's amazing. Then we've got Nailbiter, issues number 29, and then let's talk about this. Issue number 30. It was supposed to be the end, but then they do this. The end. And as I mentioned in Saga, the Black Pages methodology of stuff. So you think it's ended, and then they go and do this. This is the very last page of supposedly the very last issue. I hate you, Williamson, Henderson, Gazowski, Hill, and Levin. You both all suck. So, yes, I'm happy. No, it was very good. Definitely recommend it, but they did leave you on quite a cliffhanger, so I'm a little bit aggravated. And then I have some comics here that I have yet to read, just because they do take me some time where I have to sit down and really focus on them. And that is 7 to Eternity, issue number 4. Love the art. And then I've got Demonic issues number 4, 5, and 6. These are it's definitely a darker comic. Pretty good story. And then lastly, the one I've yet to read is AD After Death, Book 2. This is by Jeff Lemire and Scott Snyder. I'll be honest, I hate Jeff Lemire's artwork. I don't enjoy it at all, so that's another reason why it takes me a while, because I kind of have to trudge through it because I don't particularly enjoy it. And then I went to Mile High Comics in Denver, and if you're ever in Denver and you like comics, go to their Jason Street store. It is a warehouse, and they literally have millions of comics. So if you're looking for a back issue or something, go there, or go to their online store. They are somewhat pricey, so I don't purchase a lot of comics through them, but if I'm ever up there, I will drop by, and I do purchase some comics to support them because I think it's really cool what they do. So I got Saga issue number 10. I'm trying to collect Saga, but it's not a high priority, especially because back issues, especially like the first 20, are super expensive. So if I see one that's not too overpriced or something within budget, I'll pick it up. And then the one series that I am definitely actively trying to collect is Low, and I got issue number 8. Super happy about that. And then the one that I am most happy about is Bone issue number 2. So I now officially have the entire Bone collection. I do have them from both Image and the previous publishing house. I can't remember what they're called. And they're all variation of printing. You know, some of them are like 6th printing. I don't really care about like what printing they are or which publisher they are. I'm really not trying to make money or sell them. Bone is my favorite comic, so it's just kind of something that's just important to me. So I'm very excited to finally have the collection completed. And then I picked up previews. It's April's previews for June. One comic that I did want to mention that they're coming out with is, if you're into sci-fi, or if you've already read this, the Red Rising series is absolutely amazing. It's one of my all-time favorite series ever. And they're coming out with a comic called Red Rising Son of Ares. Right there. And I think it is a, it takes place prior to the events of Red Rising, is my impression. And it does have Fitchner Albarca in it. So if you have read the series, he is in it. I would definitely recommend picking up the books if you can, if you're into reading, or maybe the comic if you're into sci-fi, just badassery. So yes, so hopefully, finally, this is the last time I have to film this, and I hope this wraps it all up. But yes, let me know what you've read, or if you've read any of these, what your opinion was, and I shall see you later. Bye.